Yo, what's good? It's your girl Shelette, and today I'm coming through to do a trials and tribulation video, letting you guys know how I got to where I am today. First off, we're going to start off by telling, well, as a kid, that's what I'm going to say, as a kid, I was always told that I wasn't going to be anything. I wasn't going to be able to do this. I won't be able to do that. I won't go be able to get my license. I won't graduate from high school. I won't go do anything. I was also referred to the dumb kid, basically. People always doubted me, try to make me feel as if I didn't know anything. Of course, I didn't graduate from high school. No. I dropped out in the 9th/10th grade. I stayed out of school for about a year. I went to Job Corps, got my diploma, and I came back out, from Job Corps. I was there for 5 months. I got out of Job Corps. I came home, got a job. My mom was like, well, if you get your diploma, you get a car. I buy you your first car. And that's what I did. She was like, but when I buy you this first car, you're going to have to get a job. And, I've been running since then. Basically, my first job was at Food Line. I was 20 years old. Yes, I was 20 years old when I first got a job at Food Line or whatever. Worked there. My mama had bought me a 1998 Honda Accord. I didn't like that car. Of course, I didn't. But, I had to drive it. That's the car she wanted, not me. But I drove it for a little bit. Then, making pennies. That's exactly what I was doing, making pennies. Worked there for like maybe 3 years, I think, 2 years. I went to work at Murphy's gas station after that. I worked there for about almost 3 years, I believe. I can't remember, but anywho, no, rewind it back. So, yes, I worked at Food Lion. Let me rewind it back. I worked at Food Lion. I was making pennies, Then I got pregnant with my baby boy, Carter, Shakai Richardson. And that was just the best time of my life. I was excited, this and that and the other. Went through what I went through, with that situation. Losing him was devastating. That's the first thing that I went through, that it was just, ugh. So then, I went to work at Murphy's gas station here in Zebulon, North Carolina. My hometown, state, whatever. And I went there, and I worked there for I think almost 3 years, if not 3 years. I did my thing there. It wasn't the best job, but it was a job, dealt with that. And then, like I said, remind you, I was told that I basically was not capable of doing anything. So I done had 2 jobs within this time frame. So then, after working there, I left there and went to work at the prison. But that didn't last long. I did 6 weeks of training with that, and I didn't pass the written test, and I was devastated about that because I was gonna make that as my career. But it wasn't meant for me. God didn't want me to do that, and I didn't want to do that either, because I I didn't want to have to pray every day coming in and out of the prison. You don't know what these inmates have for you, you know, with the COs and all this stuff. So that didn't work out for me. So then I did security. I was an armed security guard. I did it for like maybe, I can't remember if it was 6 months to a year. Yes, I worked for Guard 1 Security. I just did that because the whole prison thing didn't work out for me. You know, and I needed some money at that point in time. So I was like, a piece of job is better than no job. So I did that, and then I was like, I want my CDLs. So I went to Transdev Wolfline, which they fired me.
Oh!
But listen, I worked there for almost 4 years. It was a good job. You know, I got my CDL there. I went through all the motion of the classes and everything there. But it was just too much stress, you know, dealing with like the bull crap. Far as I liked the job, I loved the job, but it was just the people that they wasn't being fair to me. So, and I work my tail off. Like anywhere I go, I work my tail off. So it's like, I wasn't being treated fairly. So they fired me. You know, I took that pretty hard because I never been fired from a job. So after that, I sat down, didn't have a job for like a whole year. A whole year, I didn't have a job. I was depressed. And within that year, I had lost a lot of loved ones. So it's like I've dealt with a lot of stuff, you know. Then in that lick of time while I was out of a job, I don't even want to really get into this because I'm gonna get mad all over again. But I had family members that I thought was my family. After my cousin Fluent, she passed away, that was my best friend, my sister. Rest in peace to my damn, you know what I'm saying? My road dog, I miss her. But when she passed away, I didn't have nobody else to turn to that I can call on and, you know, talk to, basically. So I turned to this certain family member because this certain family member wanted to be my cousin. So I'm like, okay, cool. You can be my cousin. My sister gone. You know, she died. So with me and this certain family member was talking like every day and all this stuff. And I'm a very loyal person. You know what I'm saying? So it got to the point where I got too comfortable with them, you know, and I broke down and told this person all my business, because I didn't have nobody else to talk to about anything, relationship problem wise, or, you know, what I was going through, and it's crazy because, like I said, people was after this person and I was sitting there 100% had this person back. And the fact that this person turned on me is like really f***ed up. Excuse my expression. You know, sorry if you kids are watching. But this is a trials and tribulation video, so I'm just venting and letting you guys know what I've been through in life. But yeah, what she did was up. And it's like, I had your back through thick and thin and all this stuff. But long story short, with that situation, she went and told my business to somebody else. And it got back to me. And it's like, it's very hurtful. And it's like, it's hard to forgive somebody because it's certain things that I don't want people to know about me. Because I feel like, and I tell anybody this, if I want somebody to know anything about me, I can tell them about me. So with that being said, she went and told my business and all this stuff. Cool, okay. And we talked about it. That's the thing. We talked about it. The person said they was wrong. They apologized. Cool. We left it alone. So, okay, I thought the situation was dead. I goes out of town with my peoples and I come back and I'm hearing that this person is looking for me. She heard I said this, which I never said such a thing. I don't even know what's going on with anything. So it's like, okay. So she have her friends writing me, cursing me out, and I'm still confused. I ignored it. My son is dead. So she have her friends saying, I put it on your son that, I put this on your son. I put that on your son. Why is you bringing my child? And this is what I'm thinking. Why is you bringing my child into a conversation that ain't got nothing to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing that gets to me because people know that bothers me the most when somebody bring my son up in a situation. So I ignored it the first time, because, when you bring up Carter Shakai Richardson or any arguments or anything, I'm going to war. I don't care who you are. So I ignored it. I laughed it off. So she basically tried to get me jumped by other females by saying that I'm messy, I'm this and I'm that. And I'm trying to figure out, how am I messy? You know what I'm saying? How am I messy when you starting things with me? I'm from this town of Zebulon. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can tell you that I'm not a messy person. I go to work and I come home. But the fact that you trying to put my name out there like I'm just this drama queen, like I'm just this, it's a problem. So, she tried to throw me out there, try to get me jumped, this and that other. I said, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I ignored it. But when I, act out because she told my business and it hurt my feelings so bad, and I you know what I'm saying, did what I did, she felt some type of way. So I'm like, okay, but you want to play innocent. But long story short, I never understood it. That's one story that I've dealt with, far as, I've been through it and people try to tear me down and everything. The second story is that I had a situation where somebody wanted to make a problem with me. It didn't have nothing to do with the person. And they wanted to drag themselves into the problem. And I never understood. People want to keep poking at me. And then when I act out, people look at it like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're the aggressor. Oh, you this. And I just look like, I'm not even doing nothing. I don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to work and come home. So this person decided that they wanted to, the second story that I'm telling, this person decided that they wanted to assault me and spit on me. And I never had anyone, never in a million years had anyone to spit on me. So you know what I did? Because I work for a Wake County public school system. I'm a school bus driver. And, you know, I'm not about to lose everything I have or worked for or anything. I have too much going on to mess up what I have going, you know. So I called the police. Yes, that's the right thing to do because I didn't want to take the other route. If you know me, you know me. But I called the police. I told them what happened and we settled it from there. You know, I took out papers on them. We went to court and it went from there. And the thing is with that situation, I don't even know why it even had to lead that far. Like, she tried to run me off the road, this girl did. She sending me messages saying she gonna do this and that, the other. She put it on my son, she gonna do this, like threatening me. So it's like, at this point, what am I supposed to do? But I always kept a level head, like through everything I went through with people messing with me, bothering me, and then they try to make it seem like they the victim, which they're not. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, I done been through a lot in my life. I came from people thought I want to be nothing to something. You feel me? Like I said, I lost 2 kids and I still have a sane head. I'm still living my life normal, even though I do suffer depression at times. You know what I'm saying? I do have anxieties. But deep down inside, people don't know. You guys don't know. What am I dealing with every day with people? And it's hard to walk away, especially when somebody is poking at you. You know, like, I don't know. I don't understand why I'm the one to be chosen for people to poke at. Like, I don't understand. But I thank God that, you know, I have that strong mentality and I haven't had any crash out moments, you know, far as just doing anything crazy. Like I said, half of the stuff that I've been through, losing a child, having people assault me, have family members trying to have people jump me, half of the people wouldn't be able to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a strong individual. And by the way, like, you know, I just don't know. Like, I don't have that many friends. Not that I want any friends, but I just stay more to myself. And like I said, I done been through a lot. I done had a lot of family members pass away, had 2 kids that pass away. God almighty, it's just, but only thing I can say with this is I thank God that I'm here today telling you guys this story. This is just a little piece of it, but that I'm able to tell you guys this story. It's just a lot. Like, this is part 1 of Trial and Tribulations. Y'all stay tuned, because part 2 is coming. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe somewhere. Down there. Somewhere. To my video. Part 2. It's gonna get crazy.